got this vision. You got this dream. You have this goal, and you wind up sharing it with somebody, right? You share this goal, you share this vision, this dream, and they receive it. They hear it, they receive it. Sounds like they're on board. Sounds like they're down with you. Sounds like they're willing to support. But when the rubber meets the road, and when it comes for the work to be done, when it comes to it's time for them to put up or shut up, you know what I'm saying? Because they said they was going to be there, they're going to be down to support and help out. But when it really come down to it, right? When it's time for the help, when it's time for the support, when it's time for them to do their part, and all of a sudden they can't be found, they're not around, they can't be reached, they're not answering emails, they're not answering texts, they're not answering phone calls, all that kind of stuff. Look, man, it's time out for that. It's played out for that. It's 2025. We're going to have to start making decisions wholeheartedly and being all in. No more having one foot in and one foot out. No more, I'll see, maybe, or, I'll let you know. No. It's either yes, I will, and be committed to that. Make time for it. Rearrange schedules if you have to because you gave your word. Or don't commit at all. And if you don't commit at all, don't commit. Don't go back after you've already said no, and then you go back and say, well, hey, maybe, because now you're causing confusion. Let it be yay, or nay. That's scripture, right? So it's time for us to have either both foot in on one side or the other. Playing both sides is going to get someone in serious, trouble. Hot water is going to get someone hurt, whether spiritually or physically, and nobody wants that. You did? So let's check out the scripture. I'm going to read the scripture, and then I'm going to let you guys go on with your day. All right? Okay, the scripture is coming out of the book of Matthew, the 13th chapter, and the 22nd verse. Did? And it reads, he also that receiveth seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches chokes the word, and he becometh unfruitful. I'll read it again. He also receiveth seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches chokes the word, and he becomes unfruitful. Matthew 13th chapter and the 22nd verse. You dig? Ever be talking to somebody and it appears like they're halfway listening, but then they be on their phone? You know what I'm saying? And there's a distraction. They're not giving you their full attention because they're trying to listen to what you say, but then they're trying to answer a text, or they're doing something else, right? Or what about a person that they say they rock with a team, and but when it really comes down to it, when the pressure is on, or when that team is having a losing season or a couple losing seasons, and all of a sudden they switch up, and next thing you know, you look up and they liking another team. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, wait, hold on. I thought, but now all of a sudden, yeah. Or what about, when you're in a relationship and you're thinking it's one way, right? But then when you get up on it, when you really get serious and deep, you find out it's not what it was. Yeah, that happens quite a lot. And the reason why that happens quite a lot is because people be playing both ends of the candle. You dig? What I mean by that is they playing both sides to the middle. And you got to make a decision. Either you're going to be on the left or the right. You're going going to be up or you're going to be down. You're going to be in or you're going to be out. You can't be having both sides. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You dig? Either you're going to side with one or you're going to side with it. Either you're going to love the one and hate the other. Or you're going to serve the one and despise the other. Right? So, in life, you have to make decisions. Yes, I'm going to do that. No, I'm not going to do that. Yes, I'm going there. No, I'm not going there. Yes, I will help you. No, I will not help you. Because when you play both sides to the middle, most of the time you will find that you are hurting yourself as well as hurting the people around you that you say that you love. Right? Be in or be out. Be hot or be cold. Don't be lukewarm. That's a horrible place to be. You know how you come up on a fruit tree? You know what kind of fruit tree it is. So you're expecting the fruit to be there, right? Like you just seen it afar off. You're like, oh yeah. And you start walking that direction because you see it. It looks plush. It looks luscious. It looks like, it's going to have the fruit you're expecting to be on the tree. But when you get up on it, guess what? You're looking through the leaves and it's nothing. It's bare. It's fruitless, right? And now you're disappointed. You might even be irritated and pissed off and angry because your expectation was not met. Why? Because visually you were stimulated. But when it came up on it, it was nothing there. This is just how people are that have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. They'll say everything that needs to be said. But then when the rubber meets the road, they're not there. They're not around. They have an excuse, right? And when you burn both ends, people will stop messing with you. People won't trust you. People won't believe you. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, yeah, okay, I hear you. But it's going in one ear and out the other because you have a track record. You know what I'm saying? You have a pattern. And it's time in 2025 to break those patterns, break those generational curses, break those things that have been going on from your parents to you, now to your children. It's time out for that. You dig? Let your yes be yes or your no be no. Okay? Because what happens is when you play both sides, whatever you're trying to accomplish with this one over here, it gets choked out. It gets, pushed back to the back burner because you don't have time to do it. You've committed yourself to so many things. You've made yourself thin. Now you're rushing to get here. You're cutting it close. You're having to call, tell people, hey, look, I might be a little late, but and you're doing all these things. You don't know how traffic may be. You don't know, what may happen when you get there. It's really important for us not to overfill our plate, not to say we're going to be somewhere and then we know in our back of our mind it may not happen because we've kind of stretched ourselves thin. We need to stop expecting things to be a certain way. If they're not that way, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. But you made a decision, stand on it. It's like when you making a bet, right? For those people that bet like on sports and stuff like that. Some people will bet on both teams that are playing each other in that particular game, right? They'll bet the odds on one team and they'll bet some other stuff on another team. And it's like, you're doing that because why? You want to win. You're not sure about either bet. So you're placing bets on both teams, hoping to, if I lose over here, at least I win over here. Or if I lose over here, then at least I win over here. To me, that doesn't, to me, and I'm not a betting man, but to me, that makes no sense. Either bet over here or bet over here. You dig? That playing both sides to the middle, eventually it will get you caught up. Eventually it will catch up with you. It may work for a time. That's why people do it. But eventually you'll get caught up. And when you get caught up, it's going to be extremely bad. And like I said, people will mark you then. People won't trust you no more. People will start saying, oh, now I see how you do. Oh, you was playing me over here and you was playing her over there. Okay, now I got you. Yeah, so we have to be all in on one side or the other. Stop playing both sides to the middle. I want to see you fruitful. I want to see you bearing much fruit. I don't want to see you fruitless. What's the point of looking the part, smelling the part, talking the part, right? But yet when it comes to the fruit, which is the living the part, you're not producing any fruit. You're fake. You're phony. You're a showboat. You're a, what do they call, not a mirage, but, you know, a fugazi. You know what I'm saying? You look tasty, you look nice, you look ripe, you look sweet and succulent. Your appearance seems to be all of that. But yet, when a person really gets up on you, when they really study you, when they really inspect you, when they really look at you closely, you know, when they really examine you, they see that you have no seed. You have nothing in you to continue on. You have nothing in you that's of value, that's worth planting and growing and producing even more, because you yourself have no seed in you. Why do you got no seed in you? Because it got choked out. The seed that you had received, it got choked out. The cares of the world choked it out. You were partially focused on what you had received, but yet you were still being pulled away by other things that had your attention, other things that was a distraction, other things that you still cared about more than you cared about the seed. In order to nurture the seed, in order for the seed to take root, in order for the seed to start branching out and growing in you, other things was taking your attention, other things you were nourishing, other things you were, repotting, other things you were pruning, instead of taking care of the seed. And so the seed got choked out. And that's why you have no fruit. I encourage you on today, brother, sister, I encourage you, allow God's seed to take root. Spend some time and nurture that seed. Water that seed. Cultivate that seed. Feed that seed. Give that seed the nutrients that it needs so that it can begin to germinate in you. It can begin to bud and break free and start growing deep and growing branches and then become this beautiful tree in you. Take the time. We take time for everything else. Let's take the time to water the seed so the thorns don't choke it out, because we're playing both sides to the middle. Your man Levon, be blessed on today.